Hey, and welcome back to Disorderly Tarot. I'm so excited to do this reading because I finally got the Pastel Journey Tarot and they're just so pretty. I can't wait to use the new deck. Today's reading is about whether this connection will last. There are 3 groups for you to pick from, starting with group 1 down to group 3. I'll start by giving you close-ups of the groups. Group 1 with Sodalite. Group 2 with Chrysoprase. Group 3 with Celestite. Now please take a deep breath in with me and hold it. And slowly let it out. Select whichever group speaks to you. You can pause the video here if you need a bit more time choosing. And when you're ready, scroll down to the description box or the comments and pick the timestamp that corresponds to your group. I'm going to start with the reading for group 1. Hi group 1, so if you picked the Sodalite, this is your reading. I'm going to pop it in the dish and we will have a look at your tarot. First we have the Queen of Swords, followed by the 2 of Cups, and finally, Death. So I've got quite a mixed message for you, group 1. With the Queen of Swords, I think communication is very strong in your relationship. I think you feel like you always know what the right practical thing to do is, and you tend to follow your gut on that. However, you can sometimes come off as a little bit detached or emotionless to your partner. And this can be vice versa. So it may be that your partner is coming off as detached or emotionless to you instead. With the 2 of Cups, I feel like this is what you want in your relationship. You want everything to feel equal and balanced, but at the moment, sometimes things feel quite off and you're worried that this connection cannot last, it cannot continue forever because there are so many bumps in the road. With Death, I do see an ending, so it's really your choice if you want to end it or not, but that is an option for you. And I think at times you may be questioning whether this connection is right for you, whether this person is right for you, and whether you would be better off single or with someone else. With the Queen card here and also a major arcana such as Death, I think you very much have the strength to make your own decision, and you'll know if it's not feeling right. You'll know just from sheer logic if this relationship is working or not, and if it's not, it might be time to sever it, to end it. And that doesn't mean sever all ties. That doesn't mean you have to have nothing to do with this person anymore, your partner anymore, but you could maybe change how you're dealing with things, or maybe just speak to them. Maybe you need to communicate with them and tell them what is playing on your mind, that things are out of balance, that there are things that you want to work on and things you want to change if you want to carry on the relationship. And if these things aren't going to change, if you're both not going to work on the relationship, then you don't really see the point in continuing on this path because it's not making you happy and you want to be happy. You want both sides to be happy and fulfilled. And at the moment, that's not always the case. Next, I want to have a look at your Angel Answers card. We have Forgiveness. So perhaps you are called to forgive them for whatever they've done that's making you uneasy or unhappy, and you're just kind of questioning whether that's the right thing to do, whether it's logical, or whether you're following your heart in giving them any sort of forgiveness, and whether they deserve it at all in the first place. That may be what this Death card relates to, just setting a clear boundary to them that they have made you unhappy in some way and you are going to forgive them, but if they ever were to do that again, that would be it for them. You'd be done. It's setting up those parameters for yourself so you know when enough is enough. And I do see you as someone who's very wise, so you should be able to do that with ease. Next, I have a couple of Lovers Oracle cards, so let's take a look at these. First, we have, when it comes to matters of the heart, there is no right or wrong. Every choice you make expands your understanding of life and love. Oh, that's, again, it's talking about a choice and there being no right or wrong. So I think very much you can make this decision. You can decide whether you want this to continue or whether it's time for this connection, this relationship to end. It's really up to you what you're happy with and what you're ready for. And next we have, it is important right now to take a step back and spend some time alone. Instead of placing your focus on another, now is the time to give to yourself. So with that, I think you've been giving a lot to your partner and you've not been getting as much in return. I'm feeling again with this like Two of Cups, like the balance isn't quite right. That's the reason why you're doing this reading, because something feels a little bit off and you want change, you want to be happy, and you're just questioning how you go about that and how you make things right. And this is an indication that it may help to take a step back. It may help to take a bit of a break. That doesn't have to be an actual break in your relationship, although it could be if you feel that would help. Or just spend some time with yourself, like have a spa day or go on holiday with some friends or spend more time with family for a little while. Step out of this connection. Don't be so heavily invested in it for a little period of time so that you can figure out what you want and so that you can take care of yourself and make yourself feel good. Because I think this relationship almost has depleted your confidence, made you feel worse, and you're not deserving of that. You're deserving of so much more and so much better. And if you're not getting that from your partner, you need to take a step back and reevaluate the relationship and whether it's what you want and whether it's making you both happy. There is no right and wrong. There is no bad decision. Just make the choice for yourself and it will help you in the long run. So if you do want to stay in this relationship, then you need to work on it because there are things that aren't quite right. So you need to talk to your partner about them and both work towards fixing them. However, if you decide you do just want to cut the connection, you want it to end, don't see yourself as bad for making that decision. Sometimes relationships are only meant to last a specific amount of time, and in that time they've taught you lessons and they've bettered you and bettered themselves, but you wouldn't learn any more lessons from staying together longer. It would only hold you back from other opportunities, and the same for them too. If it doesn't feel good, it's not for you, and there's better out there that you need to go and chase instead. Next, we have a Quantum Oracle card. Family, 2 people. So this is an indication that it may help to be around family, to talk to family, to get advice from family members. Maybe they can help you where you're unsure, where you're uncomfortable or scared, where you feel like things aren't quite right. They may have some advice for you. They may be more understanding because they know your partner and they know you and they can give you a balanced view of things. Don't be scared to reach out to others and to tell them about what's happening and what's making you uncomfortable, because sometimes we all need advice to make informed decisions. Next, I've got a Whispers of Love card. Be supportive, make a genuine effort to show you care. I'm saying 15, but it actually says 45. So with that, I think it's just saying that if you do decide to talk to your partner about what's wrong and you decide that you're both going to work on yourselves to make those changes, to make those adjustments so that you both make each other happier and so that your relationship feels better, you need to be supportive of them making that change, making that progress. It may be slow at first, it may be hard because they're so used to acting in a certain way, and changing those things is very, very difficult. And this is just a reminder to show them that you care and that you're understanding, that it's a a lengthy process, and that you're happy that they're willing to make the effort to make you both happy. And lastly, we have a Believe in Your Own Magic Oracle card. Morning, the world awaits you, 40. That card reminds me of the magician. It's like having all the tools at your disposal. You are the creator of your future. You can choose to have whatever it is that you want, and the world is out there for you. It's just waiting for you to step into your power. So be this Queen of Swords, take charge, be expressive, tell your partner how you're feeling, because you can better this connection, you can fix your problems, you can make this relationship smooth if you want to. It's a good sign, really, that this connection can last if you want it to. All it's going to need is a bit of work from both sides, but you can initiate that. And with the Two of Cups, I just want to highlight that it's usually a very good card and highlights a soulmate connection. So this person may even be your soulmate, and you may go long distance together, you may be in it for the long haul, and you may even start a family together, but you just need to forgive whatever this past pain is and work out what needs improving, what needs changing, so that you're both happy. Because at the moment I've got this feeling that you're not, that something's missing, something's making you feel uncomfortable, and it just requires a little bit of work to get to where you want to be and get the relationship back on track so that you're supportive of each other 24/7. Trust your heart. Sometimes the logical decision is not always the right one, and it's better to follow your instincts or your heart. And in this case, I think you're drawn to always using your head over your heart, and maybe you need to find some balance there too. In the whole, I do see this relationship can last. I do think it is worth a lot, and it could be a soulmate connection. All you need to do is put in those little changes and communicate better with your partner, and things should improve quite quickly. So that's all I've got for you, Group 1. I hope you enjoyed watching. If you did, please leave a like down below. Also, feel free to comment if any of this resonated with you. I'd like to hear that too. If you aren't already, subscribe to Disorderly Tarot to see more of my pick a card readings in the future. Thank you so much for watching. I wish you all the best in your relationship or connection. Bye. Hi, Group 2. If you picked the Chrysoprase, this is your reading. I'm just going to pop that in the dish for you, and we will take a look at your tarot cards. First, we have the Seven of Pentacles, followed by the Eight of Pentacles, and lastly, the Hierophant. So I think you're very much waiting for a higher level of commitment. With the Seven of Pentacles, I see that you're waiting for something and you're really struggling to wait. You're getting very impatient. Perhaps you've been in this connection for a very long time and you want commitment to be taken up a notch and it hasn't yet. Or perhaps you're just dating someone and you're waiting for them to turn it into an actual relationship, but that hasn't happened yet. And you're just impatient and uncomfortable and waiting. But this is an indication that you just need to wait some more. Sometimes waiting is a good thing and it leads to much more prosperity in the future. This card can indicate that you're feeling like someone is not appreciating all of your hard work and all of your efforts. Maybe this connection has not been easy and you've had to change a lot or do a lot to keep it working. And because you're lacking this up-leveling of commitment, you're feeling unappreciated and disheartened by the fact that they're not willing to give you more, which is what you want deep down. With the Hierophant, this talks about inner wisdom, and also sometimes that there are people out there who can give us advice that may be worth listening to. So you may have a friend or a family member who, or even a colleague who has some advice to share with you that will help you with this relationship, will help you with feeling impatient, with feeling like the scales are out of balance and you're doing all the work. There's someone who wants to help you and guide you with that, so you need to listen to them. I also think that deep down you know how your partner feels about you, and you just kind of need to trust your instinct and your gut, because even though you may be wanting a label or a higher level of commitment, they may already be providing that to you, but just without the name, without the label. So you need to be understanding of that, and you need to be aware of that, because not everyone goes about things in the same way. Not everyone wants to get married. Not everyone wants to have a label or feels they need a label to their relationship or to their commitment. And your partner may be one of those people, but it doesn't mean they love you any less or they think any less of you. It's just who they are. However, if that label or that commitment is so important to you, then perhaps they are not the right person for you. Those are all questions that you need to answer yourself, and you can always rely on some advice from others to help you make a decision on that. Also, in terms of whether it will last, even though you are being called to wait, I think you're really struggling with that. It's a lot of effort. It's a lot of hard work, and you're just not sure if it's worth it. And I think this is just indicating that in your heart, you know if it's worth it or you're not. You know if this is an investment that is actually going to come to fruition, or if you're doing all this work for very little in return. Next, I have an Angel Answers card. Remain positive. So that's definitely a good sign. As I said earlier, you're being called to wait. And I think if you keep that positive attitude, you will get what you want. I don't think you'll have to wait that much longer. So if you just keep going, you keep maintaining things as they are, and your relationship will only get better for it. Next, there are a couple of Lovers Oracle cards. Start with, when you pass from this world, you take nothing with you but your soul and the memories you have shared with those you love. And we also have, life is a series of constantly shifting cycles. When we resist change, we resist the natural flow of life and create unnecessary stress. Go with the flow. You will be surprised where it leads. I think this card is a sign that you need to stop getting caught up on whatever that you're waiting on, and instead just enjoy the journey, enjoy the process, enjoy the waiting, enjoy the good memories that you're making with your person. I think you have a very rich relationship. You really do enjoy each other's company and you make each other happy, and it's just recognizing that and making the most of it. Again, with go with the flow, you will be surprised where it leads. I think what you want is coming. It's just taking its time, and you need to get used to that. You need to be okay with that, because I think as soon as you get comfortable with that fact, then you will get what you want. But sometimes that's how life works. When you are waiting for something, time seems to slow down, and as soon as you get distracted by something else, then boom, you get what you always wanted and the waiting is over. And I think it's the same in this situation. Whatever it is that you're waiting for, whatever it is that you want, you're only going to get that when you appreciate the here and now and understand that you can't get gratification instantly every single time. Sometimes you have to wait for things, and they'll come in their own timing when it's the right time to. And next we have a Quantum Oracle card. Teacher for people. I can't believe you got both Teacher and the Hierophant, because they have such similar energies. There's definitely someone out there who wants to guide you and wants to help you. There's someone that you need to listen to, because they're going to help you with this relationship. They're going to help you with this patience that you're lacking. I think there's someone who really wants to give you advice on the situation. It may be a friend, as I said before. I'm really feeling like it is a friend who has been through something very similar and will give you some really good advice, some words of wisdom that will help you to continue waiting and to be a bit more positive in the meantime before something great comes towards you. We also have a Whispers of Love card. Act as if your partner is here. Whether you have someone in your life or not, act as if they are with you, so you will always consider them. 37. Ooh, so if commitment is not the thing that you're waiting for, it may also be that you're waiting on a long distance connection. So maybe someone lives quite far away from you and you've been waiting on them for quite some time. And you feel like you're putting in a lot of effort, a lot of hard work to keep this connection going because they are so far away. You have to put in more than you would if they were close by. However, there's someone you know who can give you some information, some advice as to how to keep that flame going, how to keep connecting, how to keep things fresh and good. And this is just an indication that whether your person is close by or not, you need to think of them in the decisions that you're making. Remain positive, but also think of them because they are thinking of you. They do care about you and you mean a lot to them. And this relationship can last if you put in the effort, if you continue to put in this hard work and this effort. And don't be afraid to get some advice from other people because lots of people would have been through very similar situations and can help you find your feet in yours. And lastly, we have a Believe in Your Own Magic card. Sun. Paint the sun back into your sky. 11. So I think you may have been feeling a little bit lost, a little bit sad, a bit down about this connection, feeling like you've been waiting forever and nothing's working out the way that you want it to. However, you need to be positive. You need to paint that sun back. You need to be optimistic because as soon as you are, that's when things will start working out. That's when your waiting will be put to an end and you will actually get what you want. So just try and keep yourself upbeat. Make sure that you're treating yourself well and taking care of yourself. Even if you're putting hard work into this relationship, it's most important that you take care of yourself and that you ensure that you are happy. And when you are happy, you will be able to radiate happiness in your connection, in your relationship too. So that's kind of the fundamentals, that's the basis of a good relationship, good self-worth and being happy in your own life, because then you can bring happiness into another person's life too and into your connection. So to answer the question, I think if you do remain positive and you take this advice from your friends, then this connection definitely can last. It can continue to be supportive. It can continue to make you happy. But you have to go with the flow. You have to trust in the other person. And if you can't have that trust, then it's not going to work. But if you can, it can last a long time. So it's really down to you and how you're feeling in your heart. Make the most of your time. Make as many good memories as possible. So that's all I've got for you, Group 2. If you liked watching, please click that like button down below. Also, leave a comment because I'd love to know what stood out to you from this today. If you haven't already, please subscribe to Disorderly Tarot to see more of my pick-a-card readings in the future. I wish you all the best and hope you don't have to have this patience for too much longer. Thank you so much for watching. Bye. Hi Group 3, so if you picked the Celestite, this is your reading. I'm just going to pop that up there for you. And first we will start by having a look at this tarot. So you start with the 8 of Wands, followed by the 6 of Pentacles, and finally the Star. Okay, so this is a very interesting spread. With the Eight of Wands, I think things have been moving very, very fast, almost so speedily that you feel a little bit out of control in this connection. You don't really know where your heart lies or how you feel about it, because things have just been moving at such a fast pace, and you just feel like you want them to slow down, but they just won't. They keep speeding up, if anything. With the Six of Pentacles, there are two meanings. Firstly, I think you are someone who usually likes to give as much as possible in a relationship. You like to do good deeds. You like to be generous and spontaneous and make the other person happy. However, I think recently, because things have been moving so fast, you've come a bit unstuck and you've been feeling a little bit helpless and sometimes a bit lost. And this is just an indication that it's okay to accept help from your partner. It's okay to let them in. It's okay to trust them and let them help you when you're down. It's okay to be vulnerable with them. And they're just there simply to support you, and they want to make you happy, and they do have your best interests at heart. I do think this is difficult for you because they might be the one who's pushing this relationship forward constantly and moving it fast, and it's too fast for you and you almost want to tell them to slow down. But if that is the case, you can tell them, you can be open with them. That's the only way that things will work out for you. However, with the Star, there is so much hope in this connection. It is so, so good. And especially with the question, will this relationship last? Yes. This is a definite yes. It may feel a bit of a whirlwind now, but it's got long-term potential. I almost feel like this is a soulmate sort of relationship. It is meant to be, it's true love, and you have a bright future ahead of you. So first, I have an Angel Answers card for you, and we have Communicate Clearly. That's what I was saying. Yes, I think sometimes you struggle to be open and honest and vulnerable with your partner. However, in this case, you really need to tell them if you're feeling like things are moving too fast, because they will be completely fine with slowing things down a little bit, as long as you're clear in your communication and not hurtful. Obviously, be honest and say that you are into them and you are interested in them and you are enjoying this connection, but you're just feeling like it's kind of out of control because it's racing ahead at such a speed. And most likely they'll say they've been feeling the same way too. So you can work together to make sure that you're both comfortable and you're both happy with the speed that it's going at. I also have two Lovers Oracle cards. So first we have Playfulness. Laughter is the best therapy. Have some fun together, and remember, love is the greatest healer. And next, Romance. Cupid's arrow strikes. Oh, this is such a sweet relationship. So I feel like you guys usually laugh together a lot and you enjoy each other's humour. But recently, because things have been moving so fast, it's kind of scared you and you've not been able to be your light, usual happy self. But this is just a reminder to be joyful, enjoy it, enjoy the ride, because it really is progressing to somewhere great, somewhere committed and stable and happy. And I just see so much joy and like dreaminess in the future. I think you might already be feeling that now, even though you may have been enjoying at the start that it was very light and playful. It's suddenly sped up and that's freaking you out. But you can always slow it down and bring that playfulness back if that makes you happy. And again, we have Romance. So I feel like you two are head over heels for each other. Like you make each other very, very happy. And I see that continuing into the future. I see this relationship lasting. I see that even though you may be a bit scared at the moment because it feels like a bit of a roller coaster, it's headed in a good direction and you can trust it. It's going to be okay. You're not going to suddenly be dropped off the cliff's edge. We also have a Quantum Oracle card, True Love for Energy. Oh my goodness, so cute. So yes, this is true love. They are your soulmate. You're meant to be together. This is such a beautiful relationship and it will definitely last. There may be some hurdles at the moment. Maybe it's going fast even in the wrong direction at the moment in some cases, but overall it's going to work out. You've just got to wait until you can get better communication, maybe work on that, maybe work on being honest with them. And once you are open and honest with them, you'll be building that sturdy foundation for a relationship and for that mutual trust, which you'll only build on from there until you end up in this committed, happy, playful, romantic relationship, one that you've always dreamed of. We also have a Whispers of Love card. Honesty is essential. Speak with love and truth, 38. That's reminding me of this communicate clearly card. Honesty is important. I think it's very important to your person in particular. So don't be afraid to be honest with them. Don't be afraid to be open. Don't be afraid to tell them whatever's on your mind, because I think that's what's going to build this star, this extra special relationship, this ethereal relationship. It can be everything you've ever dreamed of, but it requires honesty and good communication for it to go ahead, for it to move forward, for you to get to that essential level of commitment. And finally, we have a Believe in Your Own Magic card. And we have Tower, Unplug and Relax for a Spell, 3. So this is a hint that this fast forward motion or backward is not working for you. As if that wasn't clear already. It's too much, it's draining, it's worrying you, but it's time that you kind of put in a little bit of self-care. So maybe take some baths, or treat yourself to a spa day, or getting your nails done, or putting on a face mask. Something that helps you unwind, even just drinking a cup of tea like she's got in the photo, or doing some yoga or some other exercise that will just release that tension. It's okay to slow things down. Don't be afraid of telling your person that you want to slow things down, telling your partner that it's just moving too fast and you need to put the brakes on a little bit. I really feel from all of this energy that they're feeling exactly the same way as you are, but it's just there's a lack of communication. You've not been honest with each other. You've not brought each other's attention to a worry that you're both having and an anxiety that is whirling around the both of you. And once you do that, things will feel a lot better, things will feel a lot easier, and you'll be able to go back to that playful, cute, flirty, fun energy, and that romantic spark will come back as well. It will alight again. So to answer the question, it's very much a yes. This relationship, this connection will last. It may need better communication and you putting your guard down, you letting love in, but it can definitely last if you want it to and if you put in the work to make that happen. So that's all I've got for you today, Group 3. I hope you liked watching. If you did, please click like down below. And also leave a comment letting me know what resonated with you, what felt true. I'd love to hear it. If you haven't already, please subscribe to Disorderly Tarot to see more of my pick-a-card readings in the future. I wish you luck in letting your guard down and communicating a bit better. I'm sure it will all work out amazingly. Remember, this is a soulmate connection. It's worth it. It is true love if you want it to be. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.